And yet again, the Sonoran Desert does not disappoint. We wake to the quiet hush of dawn, the horizon slowly beginning to glow. What was once shadow and silhouette starts to take shape as the first light replaces the dark. The rocks emerge first, rugged and patient, followed by the towering saguaro cactuses standing like silent sentinels across the desert floor. One by one, the landscape reveals itself, warmed by soft shades of gold, amber, and red. The air is cool, still holding on to the night, but you can feel the shift, the desert slowly coming to life. It's these moments that everything feels possible. Before the engines turn on, before the dust begins to rise, just light, silence, and the promise of miles ahead. And as the sun clears the horizon, painting the Sonoran Desert in fire and color, the adventure begins to unfold once again. This episode is brought to you by CB Built, Jason and the team who keep this rig dialed in and trail ready. From upgrades to maintenance, they make sure the taco stays on the road so I can stay focused on the adventure ahead. Good morning. Waking up here in the desert, just watched an absolutely amazing sunrise. Mother Nature was really showing off, and Arizona was the canvas. Great night last night. Got so much sleep. Feel so much better than yesterday. I'm going to go make some coffee, and then I'm going to contemplate breakfast and then break everything down. And we'll see you on the trail. This place is so amazing. Well, I'm going to sit back, relax, enjoy my coffee, listen to the sounds of the desert, and enjoy a little bit of time this morning, and then we'll get packed up and get out of here. So I'll see you guys in that process. This is where the muscle memory kicks in, and we transform the AT Overland habitat from our home for the night into the vehicle that will carry us forward into today's adventure as we head off into Kofa. With the sunrise still fresh in a rearview mirror, we pulled out of camp and pointed the nose back towards the ridge. Back to the place where we'd been turned around the night before by a simple sign that said no automobiles. Truth be told, Onyx had shown the road is open, and after researching a bit last night, it sounds like the refuge rules are clear. Vehicles must stay on designated roads, or at least this is what we thought. The tires began their slow climb, gravel crunching beneath the weight of the rig, loose rock pinging softly against the skid plates, the suspension flexing and settling as we worked our way up the rough desert track. Dust was rising gently in the cool Arizona morning air. Out here, the Sonoran Desert feels different. It's remote, it's honest, it's quiet, in a way that makes every sound matter. The low hum of the engine, the faint rattle of gear in the back, the wind brushing against the cactus and stone. The road narrowed, winding between weathered rock and towering saguaros, each mile carrying a question we hadn't quite answered yet. Have we read it wrong? Was there more to the story than a single sign to the dark? Up here, decisions feel heavier. There's no traffic, no noise, no distractions. There's just trail and rules, and your interpretation of both. So onward we went, cautiously optimistic, letting the desert reveal the truth 1 mile at a time. So just a little update. Came back up the hill and I dropped over into Kofa. Put the drone down obviously, and I dropped over into Kofa, and apparently this road is closed. There was a gate. So I backed up about a half mile up a shelf road, which not my favorite, especially backing up, and I'm back over here dropping back down into the Overland. So got to head out this direction and try to figure out another way out of here. I think I found a cutoff that will put me back on track. So anyway, just an update. Morning's starting off a little rough, but there's worse places to be in a rough spot, right? Good news is plenty of gas. Got 4 more gallons on the back. Got well over half a tank here, so I know I'm perfectly solid. After getting turned around yet once again, we pointed the taco back the way we'd come again. No frustration, just quiet understanding. Sometimes the desert makes you earn it more than once. We dropped back into the creek bed, easing the truck through the same undulations we crawled through the day before. Tires compressed in soft sand, climbed back over the rounded stone. The suspension flexed and settled. Gravel shifted beneath us, and the familiar crunch of the skid plates occasionally whispering against the rocks. The desert air carried that dry mineral scent, sun-warmed dust, creosote lingering faintly in the breeze. It's a smell you don't forget. It's clean, it's raw, it's honest. Saguaros stood watch as we worked the line carefully, engine humming low, deliberately unhurried. Out here, there's no rushing the process. We weren't giving up, we were recalculating. We were scanning the terrain, reading the land, and looking for a solution that would get us to where we wanted to be. We're hoping we're going to climb up out of that creek bed, or the wash, whatever you want to call it, and maybe find some smooth ground for a little while. And if not, that's okay. It's Arizona, man. You never know what you're going to get. Catch up with you in a bit. I found a really interesting little spur road. Looks like it goes up into this canyon, and it may have a really neat campsite at the end. So we're gonna go check it out and see what we can find. But it's really pretty. Have a look. As we move across the Arizona desert, it doesn't take long to notice the land is dotted with mines in every shape and size. Some nothing more than a shallow scrape in the earth, others marked by weathered head frames, tailing piles, and timber slowly surrendering to the sun. Mining has shaped the story of the Sonoran Desert for well over a century. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, prospectors pushed deep into places like the Kofa Mountains. They were chasing gold, silver and copper, beneath some of the harshest conditions imaginable. Small boom towns flickered to life almost overnight, and just as quickly faded back into the dust. Out here, near the Kofa Range, you can still see remnants, audits carved into the rock faces, rusted equipment, half-buried in the silent remainders of ambition and hardship. You can almost hear it if you listen close enough. Steel striking stone, wind moving through the abandoned shafts. The desert has a way of reclaiming everything. Timbers dry and crack, metal oxidizes into deep shade of red, and the silence grows thicker with every passing year. Yet these scars in the landscape tell a story of risk, resilience, and relentless pull of possibility beneath the Arizona sun. Alright, little update. Checking out that mine back there in those amazing mountains. We're back on the trail. Sorry if things are moving around. The GoPro's doing GoPro things, so I have to use my handheld. But made it out of there. Made it actually onto one of my old routes that will take me off into Kofa, and then on out to where I can get gas and get on the road. But anyway, we still got quite a ways to go here, so we'll just keep capturing it for you, bringing you along for the ride. Yeah, we're just grinding along on these rocky little roads. They're not technical, they're just slow going, which is okay. Gives you time to take in all the beauty around you. I'd hate to come through here in a hurry. There's just too much to see in every direction. National Wildlife Refuge, Kofa, United States Department of the Interior, Bureau of Land Management. There is no garbage collection. Please pack it out. Help save taxpayer dollars. You are leaving public land. Well, we're leaving public land. We just keep crawling closer and closer, I guess. When I saw those signs, get away from the truck so you can hear me. You know, when I saw those signs from a distance, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of cringed a little bit. It was like, please, not another road closed sign. Good news is the road's open, and we're gonna head off into Kofa now. So anyway, a lot more tripod shots. I'll see you guys. Looks like we got us a sign. Let's go see what's up. It says all caves, sinkholes, tunnels, and mines on the refuge are closed. In an effort to slow the spread of white nose syndrome, this ailment has killed hundreds of thousands of bats in the United States and may soon threaten bats in this area. Thank you for your cooperation. Contact the refuge manager for more information. See those mountain goats, and it's like bighorn sheep, I guess they are actually, but I never see them. I know they see me. Yesterday I walked, what was it, this morning maybe, I walked back and forth, and you know all you're getting is a truck. So yeah, this morning I was walking back and forth grabbing the tripod, and it was an area I'd already been through last night, obviously, because I had to go out and back, right, because it was closed. And sure enough, right on top of my tire print, hoof marks. I mean, it could be a deer, could be something else, but I like to think that maybe, just maybe, it was a goat. Alright, well, I will catch up with you here in a little bit.
It was here that I came across something I had never seen before. An oasis of sorts, in the middle of this raw, rugged desert, a perfectly spaced row of towering saguaros, standing like silent guardians in the open sand. It felt intentional, almost ceremonial, and in a way, it was. This iconic line of cactus once framed the driveway to Hoveter homestead, home of the Hoveter family from 1951 to 1974. What stood here wasn't elaborate, just two connected trailers and a handful of small outbuildings. Simple structures in a very unforgiving place. Life here wasn't easy. Water had to be drawn from a well and hauled back into the homestead. Supplies were limited, summers were relentless, and yet for more than 2 decades, this was home. When the family eventually moved on, the refuge reclaimed the land in 1976. Remaining structures were removed, leaving behind only subtle traces: stone foundations, hand-built planters, faint outlines of where life once unfolded. Walking the property today, the wind moves through the saguaros, just as it always has. The desert is quiet again, but you can feel it. The effort, the resilience, the stories layered into the soil. It's a striking contrast, these deliberate rows of cactus against the jagged rock and untamed Sonoran terrain. Proof that even in the harshest landscapes, people try to carve out something that feels like home. The Kofa National Wildlife Refuge stretches across more than 665,000 acres of raw, untamed Sonoran Desert, a landscape so vast it swallows sound and humbles perspective. There are over 300 miles of dirt roads weaving through this refuge, miles of washboard, sand, rock, and winding desert tracks that invite exploration. If, and only if, you're willing to earn it. As we drive through the Saguaro Forest, towering giants rise on either side of the trail. Some have stood here for well over a century, arms reaching towards the sky as if it were a quiet defiance of the heat and the time. The tires hum against the hard pack, dust lifts gently in the mirrors, hanging in the still morning air. Established in 1939, Kofa was originally set aside to protect desert bighorn sheep, a rugged sanctuary carved out of some of the harshest terrain in Arizona. Long before that, miners, ranchers, and indigenous people moved across the same ground, each leaving their mark in different ways. But today, it feels timeless. Just rock, cactus and sky, and the steady rhythm of wheels rolling deeper into the desert. Out here, the scale changes you, and the further you go, the smaller you feel, in the best possible way.
I don't know if you can see it behind me or not, but we dropped down into this valley that's just like a complete saguaro forest. They're everywhere. I can't even count that high. And it's just really, really amazing. They are surrounded by a lot of cholla, and I've gained a lot of respect for cholla while I've been out running around Arizona this trip. I was just looking, I noticed there's a piece down there.
Maybe it's the vastness, maybe it's the silence, or maybe it's the way the horizon stretches so far that your thoughts feel like they finally have room to breathe. Out here, in what feels like nothingness, the noise fades. No notifications, no traffic, no constant pull at your attention, just wind moving across open land and the steady rhythm of your own breath. The desert stimulates something deeper, not through abundance, but through absence. And in the emptiness, you begin to notice what truly fills you up, what matters, and what gives meaning to the miles. The void isn't really empty at all. It's space. Space to reflect, space to recalibrate, space to remember who you are without the clutter. And maybe that is why we keep coming back.
All right. Well, confession time. Been on the fence most of the day. Obviously I had to come out one way or the other, but I've been on the fence about what I'm doing tonight. I got a call from my wife this morning, and apparently my dog, my little Frenchie baby, had a seizure this morning. She took her to the hospital, and she's stable. She's out of the bed. And apparently she's doing pretty decent. She's still pretty loopy and tired, but my wife's like, just stay. You got one more night, two more nights, so it's gonna finish up these trails. But can't do it. I just don't think I can do it. I mean, I can set up camp, but I'm not gonna relax. I'm not gonna enjoy it. Life's about balance, and I've talked about it before. Sometimes, being out here keeps you far away from a lot of the people and things that you really care about. And sometimes you just got to know when to pull the pin, when to go home.
If you've enjoyed today's Sonoran Desert adventure, nothing would make me happier than you hitting the subscribe button so you don't miss out on what's next. There's always another trail to explore, another horizon to chase, and I'd love to have you along for the ride. As always, this is LFG Overland. My name's Jeff. I'll see you on the next one.